Fantastic 180.
Thank you. It's not my first back pedal.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, the answer to the question of why Paramount Plus brought back Frasier can be found in Cyrano. Cyrano, with a concept that is ideal for Frasier Crane, Kelsey Grammer is magnificent and endearing in this episode, which showcases him in all of his glory. In an additional attempt to lure viewers in, Grammer reunites with a former co-star in the show who is also a sitcom legend. Cyrano. Cyrano is a Valentine's Day-themed drama that adapts Edmond Rostand's play Cyrano de Bergerac, as the title suggests. Following his declaration that more effort ought to be put into romance, Frasier finds himself assisting Moose and Olivia as the unlikely couple attempts to reconcile their differences. Patricia Heaton and John DiMaggio, who starred in Futurama, make cameo appearances, adding to the enjoyment of humor aficionados.
I need my book of Robert Burns' poetry back. I have a date this evening, and I don't want to leave anything up to chance.
Welcome to Movie Spy, Episode 2 of Frasier Season 2. Lovingly parodies classic theater. The sitcom's reimagining of Cyrano is quite effective. It makes sense that Cyrano, and the Frasier Season 2 premiere are being presented as a double bill.
Who's your favorite Celtic?
I'm trying to drink here.
I'm sorry.
While the first episode, Ham, focused more on a story unique to Frasier, Episode 2 offers a completely different perspective on one of the most well-known plays ever written. The only characters in the episode that are truly impacted are Olivia and Moose, and it is not exclusive to these two.
My date? It's with Olivia.
Olivia!
Playing Cyrano feels like something Frasier Crane would actually do, and Kelsey Grammer is devoted to making it work, which is why the tribute has a home in the Frasier continuity. Numerous retellings or adaptations of Cyrano de Bergerac have been presented to audiences. The play was adapted for the big screen by Peter Dinklage, who also starred in a musical adaptation starring James McAvoy as the titular character. Other movies, such as Katherine Heigl's romantic comedy The Ugly Truth, were also based on the play. This implies that spectators anticipate developments much before Frasier does. Still, the script written by Joe Harris and Joe Cristelli, the series' executive producers, knows when to cut to humor. The humor is not only, hey, observe how humorous this idea is, since the viewer is aware of that. They come from watching how far Frasier will go with it once he realizes it, and from laughing at his incapacity to identify it.
I mean, shouldn't love be easy?
Fantastic 180.
Additionally, Harris and Cristelli do a fantastic job of adapting the idea to Frasier's peculiarities as a person. It flows better because it fits with Frasier's personality more than it would have if it had seemed forced and phony. He launches into a soapbox tirade at the beginning of the episode about how nobody makes an effort for love anymore and how nobody has any plans for Valentine's Day.
What if she texts back? I can't write like you can.
I'll be back in 15 minutes.
So of course he would be driven to make Olivia and Moose's date work, if only to validate his own theories. Frasier also feels betrayed by his own Valentine's Day date.
Sadly, my date canceled. I'm actually here for support for a couple of friends who are hoping to.
Which makes him determined to see that someone takes advantage of the occasion. There are certain problems with the basic plot. When Moose and Olivia come to the realization that they would be better off as friends because they are too far apart. It is a truly beautiful moment. That poignant moment is abruptly cut short, though, as Frasier effectively chases them out of the restaurant in order to reclaim the table for his now canceled date.
Someone named Carol can come after all.
Another aspect of Frasier's character is his ego, although there is a thin line between hilarious and off-putting arrogance. And that is another example of something that is off-putting. Given that the audience quickly learns that Frasier's date, played by Angelique Cabral, whom Cristelli wrote for On Life in Pieces, is not worth his time anyhow, it would have been okay to allow the scene between Olivia and Moose to unfold naturally. It is acceptable to not always aim for humor. But for the most part, the narrative not only hits all the necessary notes for a Cyrano de Bergerac imitation, but it also reads like a fantastic Frasier episode. Frasier highlights every ability of Kelsey Grammer. Moreover, the star directs Episode 2 of Season 2. Kelsey Grammer takes center stage in virtually the whole second episode of Frasier Season 2. Grammer appears in almost all of the scenes because Frasier is the main character in 2 of the 3 plotlines. Not only that, but he also serves as the episode's director. However, the enormous workload also makes it easier to recognize the actor's humorous sensibility off camera. The procedures move forward rather quickly, and Grammer's guidance keeps the train in motion. As a performer, he emphasizes every amusing moment that calls for it, only going overboard when the farce reaches a crescendo, and he has to go overboard to produce the payoff. An excellent illustration can be seen in the series of events when Frasier discovers Olivia is talking about her connection with Moose rather than her attempt to dismiss Alan, the character played by Nicholas Lyndhurst. There is a sequence when Frasier texts himself because he has Moose's phone and ends up with Olivia's. Olivia's serious moment of talking about her feelings is not undermined by Frasier's uneasiness since Grammer masterfully captures the humor in that situation. Although the quip is humorous, the scene offers more than just that. When Frasier informs Alan later on that he is not genuinely being fired, Alan should be surprised and relieved to hear the news. However, Grammer makes it even more hilarious when Frasier reappears out of nowhere in Alan's classroom and gives him a ridiculous thumbs up. Fans of humor will have an additional benefit from the cast of Cyrano. Patricia Heaton plays Holly, the bartender at the restaurant Frasier invades. Patricia Heaton and Grammer previously co-starred in the brief sitcom Back to You. Grammer then made a guest appearance on Carol's second act.
Heaton's casting was leaked in June.
So this is hardly shocking. But what makes the stereotypical character of the snarky bartender compelling is the chemistry between Heaton and Grammer. John DiMaggio makes a truly unexpected cameo as a bar patron who becomes tired of Frasier's shenanigans. It is a lot of fun to see DiMaggio in a live-action comic role, even though fans are expecting him to yell, "Bite my shiny metal ass." DiMaggio is better known for portraying the beloved role of Bender as well as several other characters in Futurama. As a result of the script's heavy bias in favor of Frasier, Olivia, and Alan, the other characters do tend to fade into the background. The third plotline, which has Freddie attempting to step in as a stand-in bartender, does not receive nearly enough screen time, and David might as well not be in the episode. When Freddie is experimenting with several bartender personas, Jack Cutmore Scott shines, implying that he could have thought of a lot more of them. But overall, because it accepts its role as a parody and gives Grammer the freedom to do what he does best, Frasier Season 2, Episode 2 succeeds. The icing on the cake is the joke that ends the program, which involves an inane allusion to a dishwasher. It appears on television that Harris, Christelle, and Grammer had a fantastic time filming this episode. Thanks for watching.